Help us understand what's happening in the auto industry. What's happening with the supply chain? What's happening to prices? We're watching used car prices. Everyone's trying to understand this as a barometer for everything else.
Well, we're watching it very carefully, too. I mean, if you look at the industry, we're in the midst of probably one of the most significant transformation in the last 100 years when you're looking at how the vehicle is changing, not only from a propulsion system to electric, but also from a software-defined vehicle. So there's a tremendous amount of change going on. And then we have the added challenges of semiconductors and other supply chain challenges. And the supply chain's been stretched to its limits really since the start of the pandemic. So we still continue to work through those issues. It's getting better. I would say every quarter it gets better, but I predict we'll have those challenges into 2023.
Okay, but what does 23 look like? Both on the supply chain issue, and then to the extent that, every CEO says a recession is coming, but some people think they don't feel it. How is that going to impact, you think, demand by the time you actually get there on the other side?
Well, we're planning for a fairly conservative 2023, but what we're seeing right now is we're still seeing strong pricing and low incentives, and we're seeing customer demand. And I can't talk about for the whole industry, but definitely for our products. And we have a lot of new products. Our new full-size truck. We're going to be launching heavy-duty and mid-size trucks next year, along with the Hummer will ramp up, the Lyriq will ramp up, and then we have the Chevy Silverado, the Chevy Equinox, and the Chevy Blazer. So we have a really exciting product lineup next year for both internal combustion and electric. And so we're trying to make sure we're being conservative in how we plan for cost. But there is still pent-up demand. So a lot is going to depend on what happens to the economy. I'm not going to call a recession. That's for economists to do. But right now, we're still seeing a pretty strong consumer.
But I think what Andrew's kind of getting to is we've seen the consumer move so rapidly, where they were buying hard goods, buying furniture, buying things because they couldn't travel and they couldn't do services. We saw them leave and start spending on all kinds of other things, and those industries got shocked by how quickly the demand went away. Are you preparing cautiously for demand on that picture, too, to make sure that same sort of collapse doesn't happen to you guys?
Absolutely. And that's why we're taking a conservative plan for next year, but with the ability to seize upside if it's there. That's the plan we have for next year, and we believe in our product portfolio.
Mary, I love big GM. I love Escalades. I like the trucks, big profit margins, but they do guzzle a lot of gas. Is that okay? Can we keep making those? Should we want gas prices to come down, or should we be like Europe and try to tax them and migrate people to the Bolt or to smaller cars? How do you think of that? What should we be doing? You want to do both?
Well, for the time being, I think we're the only full-line manufacturer that has said we plan to be all electric with our light-duty vehicles by 2035. And next we have the Hummer. So if you love the Escalade, driving a Hummer, it's a super truck. Four-wheel steer, it's incredible. But next year we'll have the Chevy Silverado. Shortly after that, we'll have the GMC Sierra. So we're going to give people the opportunity to keep in the segment they want. If they want to drive trucks, they can, for a while, continue to drive internal combustion. They'll have very credible electric trucks.
What's going on with dealers right now, especially when it comes to EVs? Because there's been a little bit of a battle going on between, for example, Ford and their dealers selling EVs, the investment that it takes on the dealer side. Where do you stand on this?
So we've been working for several years with our dealers. We recognized a change was coming, and we needed, and the consumer was changing in how they want to do business. Some want to do everything online, and some literally want to go to the dealer, kick the tires, and have a conversation. We're providing for all of that. We've worked with our dealers, and we also, though, are changing the business model that we can together. We've worked to take cost out of what it takes to sell a vehicle, so we can both improve that. So, first of all, I'm grateful for our dealers. They've done a great job taking care of the consumer through this whole period. We're going to continue to partner with them, and I think people will finally realize they're a competitive advantage.